So do you want to be buried, cremated? How about composted? Washington just became the first state to allow human composting, and a company called Recompose will be the first to offer, quote, liquid cremation starting next year. The body is placed in a container with straw and wood chips for 4 weeks, and the remains, now clean soil, are returned to loved ones. It's touted as an environmentally responsible alternative. The cost is estimated at $5,500, compared with more than $7,000 for a traditional burial and about $1,000 for cremation, not including the service or the urn. Critics have cited the indignity of the process and environmental concerns. So the question is, would you do it? Why don't we ask our A-plus panel? Jeanette Hoffman, Republican strategist, and Afia Yunus, immigration attorney. Afia, I'll start with you on this. Your first reaction, probably similar to mine, sounds a little gross, a little weird, but does it make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense to me at all. I usually operate within the framework of my faith, and in Islam, this wouldn't work. It wouldn't pass muster, and I think it's still really early, and we don't know if it really will have environmental benefits. I think it's jumping the gun to say, oh, this is good for the environment, when some of the critics are saying, no, it's not.
Is this just a clever way of marketing and taking advantage of all this so-called environmental consciousness?
Yes, and it's disgusting, Bill.
Okay.
I'm wondering who the people are that are actually doing this. I don't want my remains in the backyard where my dog can pee on me, or when my family moves, some other animals can desecrate all over me. I think it's disgusting.
I don't know what the exact numbers are, but you've got about half the country really doesn't subscribe to an organized religion, a faith. I mean, as a Catholic, I'm not going to go down that road. That said, this seems to be a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, and it's interesting where we're at a juncture in America where, yes, maybe half of the country does not subscribe to organized faith, but this is kind of where the government should kind of step in. Instead of just allowing free reign with dead bodies, there needs to be some regulation.
Forgetting about faith or religion or structure, but for a minute, if you're creating topsoil, I mean, would you eat food that came out of topsoil that was grown?
No, absolutely
I'm not trying to gross you out, but like they say you get two wheelbarrows full of soil.
Yeah, I mean, Washington State approved this, but how does this pass federal guidelines, like the FDA?
Yeah.
How does this pass federal muster? I'm surprised that this is being allowed at the state level, and the feds haven't cracked down on this bill.
I think that you just described a very clear health issue. I mean, what if you have farmers who maybe this soil is cheaper or more efficient than what they're using, and then they're growing crops, and then we're eating them. And so technically we're becoming
eating
cannibals.
Bodies.
And so I think there's a lot of issues, environmental issues, and for us it's a moral issue. There's very clear guidelines on how bodies should be taken care of after they've passed, and I think we should stick to those.
I can always count on both of you to not be lukewarm about an issue. All right? Thanks, guys.